strain, a gay refrain. It rolls along like a choo-choo train, and pretty soon the jolly tune invites a ride on a honeymoon. So come my love, my turtle dove, let's have a dance to the rhythm of the gay refrain, the happy strain, the polka of the choo-choo train. Come on and let's take a train ride. Let's take a beautiful train ride. Let's take the kind of a train ride my heart has always planned. And let's have kisses between every station. Oh, what a lovely sensation. Dreams will come true, dear, as I ride with you, dear, away to Polka Land. Come my love, my turtle dove, let's have a dance to the rhythm of the gay refrain, the happy strain, the polka of the choo-choo train. Come on and let's take a train ride, let's take a beautiful train ride, let's take the kind of a train ride my heart has always planned. And let's have kisses between every station. Oh, what a lovely sensation. Dreams will come true, dear, as I ride with you, dear, away to Polka Land.
There I am. All right. Hopefully my sound is there. Let's see. Says it should be. Well, let's see if I can do the daily reflection without the wheels coming off. Share this screen. Share screen. Share this screen. Not just any screen. What we got here? Yeah, there it is. Oh, it's Monday and I'm winning. Facing Ourselves, October 6th. And Fear Says You Dare Not Look. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 49. How often I avoided a task in my drinking days just because it appeared so large. Is it any wonder, even if I have been sober for some time, that I will act that same way when faced with what appears to be a monumental job, such as a searching and fearless moral inventory of myself? What I discover after I have arrived at the other side, when my inventory is completed, is that the illusion was greater than the reality. The fear of facing myself kept me at a standstill, and until I became willing to put pencil to paper, I was arresting my growth based on an intangible. I point this out multiple times. I'm not in AA, I'm just reading the stuff, but that resonates with me. Things that are, the whole procrastination thing, for one thing, it's like, put it off, examine it closely before even starting out. I don't know if that's my personality or if I'm particularly lazy or indecisive, but being transfixed by the imagined size of something is, that's a thing. Like, yeah, that's a thing. So, good thing to be encouraged about. I guess the thing to get you started is, well, some encouragement, but also Oh, I had a thought and it disappeared. Well, maybe it'll come back later. I have my alarm set. I'm not going to talk a long time this morning because I want to make sure I get to work on time. So I have to come up with some new disciplines since I'm no longer in between jobs and I'm no longer able to just kind of loaf around until 8 o'clock in the morning. So I need to keep things moving ahead in the morning. And so I've set my alarm here. It's going to go off at 6 o'clock, which is not very long. Hey, Chad, how you doing? Good to see you too. I don't know if this is going to come back together or not. But I was awake this morning and I thought, well, I'll get on. I'll set an alarm so I don't go too long and do the daily reflection. I was on yesterday for the first time in a couple of weeks, and the daily reflection is good for me. Helps me do something to get off on a good trajectory for the day. And it's kind of, what is it? It's kind of indirect. So I don't feel like I'm transfixed by it, but also it's something that frequently has something that I can apply. So I don't feel like I have to apply it. So it doesn't have the, adding to the weight of my responsibilities, but it seems like it has a lot of goodness that I could use. So I'm being both, I'm being both transgressive. You like the routine-like aspects. Yeah, I guess I do. And since I was building a routine, doing this in the mornings, I kind of hate to see it slip away, because I think it was a good routine. And so if I can fit it back in, that would be a good thing. If I can't, that's okay too. But yeah, if you have something that you've been building like that, you don't want it to let it go. Well, I don't anyway, because it seems like it was a good thing. Oh, let's see. Went to church yesterday. It was very good. What was it? 2 Corinthians chapter 11, I think, something like that. And the Apostle Paul was talking about his worldly, what's the right word? His authority as an apostle and his resume. Yeah, a new church. Yeah, this is the third time we've been there. Nice little church in the town where we live. Well, we live outside of town, but the town is just, 5 minutes away. Probably, I don't know, 20 people there. Maybe not that many. What was I saying? Oh, about the Apostle Paul. The lesson was about he had credentials. That's the word I'm trying to think of. He had credentials, but he refused to push himself forward and on the means of his credentials. So even though he had education and he had experience and he had all these credential type attributes, and not that, things that he could say, look at me, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this, so you should listen to me. And he said he set those aside because he wanted all of it to be focused on the mission, the news, the story. And he was pointing this out in contrast to some other people who came along and said, no, you shouldn't listen to him. You should listen to us because we have these credentials. And he said, well, I've got credentials, but I set them aside. So it was interesting. And the preacher does a good job. And so the way he presented it was very good and very, very interesting. So it brought up a question in my mind of, well, how do you without credentials, how do you know if someone is worth listening to or not? And I'm not sure that I've thought about it that enough to put something on it. Maybe that's in the next part. So maybe next week we'll learn about that. I don't know. Credentials are like a shorthand, right? It's an identity, and you're shorthanding. It's like, yeah, you should listen to me. You should have me fix your plumbing because I'm a plumber. I went to plumbing school. I have wrenches. I'm a plumber, and so you can plumb me. Yeah, I can plumb you. Anyway, I'm not a plumber, so don't take this as my biography. But yeah, we do things by credentials. We do things by this kind of identity and shorthanding, so we don't have to know, that you. The other way that I ran into particularly in the South, was I know a guy who knows a guy. So you are part of my social circle, kind of a thing. My family, I have a cousin who knows how to do plumbing. He might not have ever gone to school. He may or may not have the tools. He might not actually be a very good plumber, but because he's my cousin and I know him, I know my this guy, and my this guy knows my that guy, and we have these connections, and you do everything by connections. Both of those have the connections is a better way to deal with people. But if you actually want to get your pipes done in a competent way, it might be better to have the credentials. And so it's an interesting problem when to have your nephew do your plumbing and when to call up, someone who went to plumbing school. So I'm not sure. That's something that I've thought about since I moved to the South, 15 years ago. When is the appropriate time to call upon credentials as part of the task or what you want to have done? It gets back to a little bit to what Neil was talking about in a live stream here a little bit ago, when he had a group of guys together and they were talking about masculinity and how men look to each other with approval when there's craftsmanship involved, because whether that is hunting and fishing, or slam dunking a basketball, or building, having some craftsmanship in a craft, like, I don't know, woodworking or stone carving or whatever, that having something where there's quality is really desirable, highly desirable. And those things are kind of linked together, but I'm not sure why. And my time is running out. My alarm's going to go off in a minute. So I did the daily reflection, and that's about all. I'm having a quiet moment to see if there's anything else I can say or should say before I go off and get my shower and get ready for work. Nope. Can't think of anything. Hope you have a good day too. Maybe I'll be on tomorrow. And hope your day goes well. Bye.